For so long, we have been looking for an NCAA football alternative because we've been without a game for so long. But college football revamp really came along and pretty much changed that, especially during COVID-19. But now look who resurfaces, Maximum Football. Now, a quick backstory on this game's development. Now, remember a couple of years back, Canuck Play were the developers of this title. And then they actually sold the game over to Maximum Games, coincidentally, that is their name. And Modus Gaming will be the main developers of this title going forward. Now, yesterday they released a preview video, and I wouldn't call this a trailer, but at least a dev update of the game. And it actually looks very, very good. This is actually how Maximum Football used to look. You can just look at the player models. They kind of look robotic. The movement looks very 1990-ish, a little bit early 2000-ish, PS1 type of vibes. The graphics are okay, but nothing great at all. It's definitely not modern. But with the new developers, they have really taken this serious. They have brought in NFL players. They have brought in former players, athletes, to kind of get mocaps in real life physics. That's what they are emphasizing here with this new title. Now, you can just see on the screen, you can just see them implementing all of these real movements into the game. That's going to be a very welcoming sight, because the issue with a lot of indie games is that it just doesn't feel real and it feels too arcadey. I think what Maximum Football is trying to do is really create a simulation type of game that will rival EA Sports College Football, which is coming out in a year just about. And I think that this could do it. I mean, look at the graphics. This is amazing looking footage. It is early and it is pre-alpha, and I don't want to get too excited about it, but this looks really good. And the one thing I like about it is it isn't just arcadey. It is going to be a realistic type sim. I think they're going to start, they are going to take some things from the old implementation. Now, they have highlighted that they have pretty much had to build this from the ground up, pretty much all new assets, whether in the stadium, crowd, players, everything like that. They've kind of had to build everything from scratch. But I think that they can take some stuff from the old Maximum Football and use it here, such as recruiting. Recruiting was really refreshing in Maximum Football. But you can just see, like, even the stadiums look pretty modern, pretty new. The gameplay looks really good. I know this is very early footage, but they do show a couple of gameplay clips like this. I mean, the quarterback throwing the football, the tackle right there. It all looks pretty smooth. I think there's going to be bugs like there always is with games, but I think it kind of looks really smooth right now. And I think that this is going to be a title that is going to be something that's going to be playable. I think that's one thing that it has to be. It has to be playable. If it's not playable like the old Maximum Football games that we saw a couple of years ago, I think that they're in trouble. But the way this looks really good. Obviously, it's not going to be perfect, but the fact that they're adding in physics, and it's weird in 2022 to say that, physics is one of the things that games are emphasizing, but they're just in their infant stages, so it doesn't bother me at all. If Madden wanted to say physics right now, I would be upset. Like, why are we still talking about physics? But for a game like this, who is just beginning development, I like this a lot. And I'm sure this isn't as big of a team as EA has. But I think one thing with this game being sold to a new company is that they will have a bigger budget with this and now dedicated developers. And they will keep the core of their game, which was really customization. As you see it right here, you can create your own logo within the game. You can see the player models. You can kind of switch out the helmets, the base colors, all of that good stuff, all that basic stuff for teams. And really, if you wanted to, you can go into Dynasty mode, create an entire NCAA, you can call it whatever you want to call it, and it kind of just creates your own dynasty. One thing about Maximum Football, it was the recruiting aspect. It was pretty deep. But the thing is, the gameplay just didn't match up, so you really didn't have, an opportunity to dive deep into it because the gameplay was kind of crappy. But you can just see here, you have to hire coaches. It looks like coaches have a cost to them, like a salary, which is pretty cool. And then you can just look at the stadium here. I mean, the textures look good. The assets look phenomenal. It's very early footage. I'm not sure when this will be released. I don't think they have a release date yet. But this is an encouraging sign for a competitor for NCAA football, or I should say EA Sports College Football. So let me know down in the comment section below like what you think, because I think this looks very, very encouraging. I think that this is a good sign for college football. And to be honest, this isn't just a college football game. It's a pro football game as they sell it. So let me know what you think down in the comment section. I really like this, but I want to get your thoughts below.